Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, big game, man. All right, man. I just want to talk about something that I said yesterday in regards to the upcoming NBA draft. Well, yesterday they had the lottery to determine who was going to get the pick where and what and all that type of shit. You know, the so-called good stuff. Now, everybody has their issues with the lottery. Me, myself, I think they should do away with the lottery. I just think they should just, go back to the old tradition. Whatever team had the worst record, they just automatically get the first pick. Whether teams is tanking games or not, you can't prove it because that's fucked up. You got a team that won, like, or should I say, that lost less games than the team with the worst record, and somehow they get the number one overall pick. They have never been able to prove that teams were tanking games, and it all started where they believed that the Houston Rockets tanked games in the 1983-84 season so they could put themselves in position to get Hakeem Olajuwon, which it worked out well for them. So, but nevertheless, that's where all this shit started from. Me, myself, I have a personal issue with the lottery. You can say it's biased, you can say it's, sour grapes, whatever the case may be. But yeah, I've always had an issue with the lottery because most Warrior fans know that the NBA screwed the Warriors out of Patrick Ewing. The Warriors didn't even get the second pick. They got like the sixth pick, and they had the worst record. And most people believe that the draft was rigged. But nevertheless, they showed a video, or they showed basically a live reaction from Zion Williamson when he found out that the Pelicans had the number one overall pick. And he looked like he was very upset. And like I said before, you kind of got to wonder, will he asked to be traded, or will something happen? Will he tell his agents that he don't want to play for the Pelicans? You just gotta wonder if something gonna happen, because if I'm a GM, I'm reading into that like, hey, this dude don't want to play here, so let's see, can we get something done? I mean, the look on his face was like, damn, I gotta play here. And here's the thing, I've been to New Orleans. New Orleans is a nice city, man. Oh, this is a cool city, man. Real talk. It's a really nice city, man. I like New Orleans, man. I mean, some people, well, actually, I've never met nobody that been to New Orleans and say they didn't like it. So, New Orleans is cool with me. But it kind of reminds me, and y'all can go back and watch this video. Man, it reminded me of when Steve Francis got drafted by the Vancouver Grizzlies at the time, before they moved to Memphis. Man, the look on his face was I mean, he had his lips poked out when he got drafted. He did not want to play for them. He told his agent, I do not want to play for them. Please get me somewhere else. And it worked out. He ended up getting traded to the Houston Rockets. I forgot who was in that draft with Steve Francis, but man, the look on his face was priceless. I'm talking about, he had his lip poked out so much. He looked like, how when you in class and you get caught misbehaving by the teacher and they tell you to go to the principal's office. That's exactly how Steve Francis was looking when he got drafted, when they called his name. And I remember watching that draft, because back then I used to be really deep into that shit. So I was like, damn. But yeah, man, he had his lip poked out. And but to make a long story short, I hope Zion give New Orleans a chance, man. I hope he give New Orleans a chance. I hope that he doesn't get traded on draft day or whatnot. But you never know. So, it was just funny, but I just wanted to put that out there. We'll see what happens, man. But I hope Zion gives New Orleans a chance, man. I like the city of New Orleans. When I went to Mobile, Alabama, I flew into New Orleans. So New Orleans is like maybe an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours away from Mobile, Alabama. So like I said, I flew into New Orleans. I don't know why I had to fly that far, but but nevertheless, I stopped by New Orleans. I looked around and shit. Like I said, I didn't go to Bourbon Street or no place like that, but yeah, I was out there for a little bit, and I liked the city. And then I drove across that bridge that's literally like touching the water and shit. It's a long gas in New Orleans. It's a long gas bridge, and like I'm talking about the water. It's literally like maybe I think if you got out your car and went to the guardrails and shit, you could stick your foot and it might literally touch the water. That's how close it is to the water. I was looking like, but nevertheless, man, we'll see what happens with Zion, man. Anyway, man, I'm out.